From sports to culture, mental health to economics, politics, relationships, and life issues.
Sit down and catch up with Aaron 868 and Ricardo Mitchell as we have casual conversations on serious topics.
Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room.
It is now 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked onto the true nation station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
Culture crazy.
first and foremost. Let's kick this off as we always do. Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
Give thanks.
Secondly, we have to say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it with the chest that Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, with a P this week stands for
Pedestrian, Aaron. Pedestrian.
pedestrian pace.
I mean pedestrian pace, walking pace. What do you...
I'm not asking.
That's like cheese pace?
No, brother.
It's something else.
Cheese pace is nice and edible.
Yeah.
Would you ever eat pedestrian pace?
No.
Exactly.
It sounds like it just tastes like foot.
Would you eat feet?
It have people into it. I'm not one of them.
Okay, cool. And then why pedestrian?
I don't even eat chicken foot.
What?
I tell
Just
you,
now, pause.
It just don't do it for me.
Pause. So you never eat a good chicken foot sauce?
And you know, sooner or later, this was going to happen. I don't fancy sauce.
This is where my dramatic walkout from the living room is supposed to happen.
I have lived with this secret for a long time. And on episode 200 of our video recorded episodes, it had to come out. I don't fancy sauce. I don't like it. It don't do anything for me. Nothing. So chicken foot, which is, I guess, one of the forms of sauce, that is, it don't do it for me.
Chicken foot soup.
I've heard that because of the collagen, it's good for you. I just don't fancy it.
Chicken foot soup.
I can't. No. I mean, I'll drink the soup. Would I eat the? I can't see myself like just sucking on a chicken foot and peeling skin and cartilage off. No. Sorry. And there we have it. There we have it. For those of you all who stayed on long enough to hear that, I am sorry, but I'm also not sorry.
One of the new things that I'm moving with as a phrase that I'm guided by is be curious, but not judgmental.
I appreciate that.
Brother, man, I'm judging you.
Wow.
I am judging you.
You did not stand by that at all.
No. As certain things, like how they used to be on me that I never eat corned beef and all kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Have you eaten corned beef since?
No, I've never eaten it still. Unless somebody put corned beef in a pastel and I didn't know.
Which has apparently is a thing that happens.
Yeah, but clearly, but
yeah.
I'm judging you.
Yeah, I can recall I've judged you for many things, right? Your dietary preferences, I can recall it ever being one of them.
Yeah, like this is me judging you here, like chicken foot sauce.
I don't fancy chicken foot.
You don't eat pig, so I can't say if it's a pig foot sauce
I mean, let me put it this way: I will have a ham sandwich
or bacon
for Christmas. If bacon already on something, I might eat it. Would I ask for it? No. If somebody like pass a gyro pork, if I take pieces because I really refuse it twice for different things already, and I don't want to be that guy.
to refuse at your time.
Yeah, but I don't care for it.
Okay.
I'm not going to not eat a sausage because it's salami or anything like that.
Right.
Right. But I don't particularly care for it.
Okay.
Right. Crab, I find, is just a lot of work for a little bit of meat.
I've heard so.
Right.
I've not tried crab as yet.
Chicken foot have less meat than crab claws.
Really?
I'm just saying.
I don't feel so.
You, what kind of fat toe chickens you just be eating?
Healthy ones. Cage-free chickens. Oh my gosh, cage-free chickens. That's as good as I can.
Well, all jokes to the side, okay, maybe I should have said the piece of poultry. But I don't care for it. I really do. I mean, it's one of those things as I get older, I might develop an appreciation for it. But as of 44, I'm alright.
Good chicken foot sauce, you never eaten.
I just not on it. Chicken foot sauce is like drinking chow. Sauce to me is chow juice. Sauce is like chow juice. Meat, chow juice. There we have it. Meat, chow juice.
I feel this is like this is the end of
Manny
today's.
falling.
Yeah, this is the end of today's episode of the Living Room.
Manny, you want a pillow? Look, Manny,
Nah,
for
but
this.
I don't have a pillow. I need to revoke your passport or kind of
Hear
thing.
this man now. Me. You know what I'm going to, by the time I'm hearing this, I would have probably spent the entire shift for high noon playing national identity music because I'm feeling attacked.
Yes, you should.
So because I don't like one thing, you ready to revoke my card?
For me, some things are Trini. Some foods are Trini. Right? Roti, Trini.
Our version of it.
Our version of it, right? Pilau, Trini. Because I know there are iterations of it all over the world, but a Trini pilau is unique.
Okay,
Doubles,
definitely.
oh yeah, without a doubt, you'll say that one.
Doubles is without a doubt a distinctly Trinidadian invention.
Right.
Doubles is the steel pan of cuisine.
Whoa, brother. Whoa. You can't just make doubles the steel pan.
Doubles is the steel pan of cuisine.
Nah, brother, that's a real lovely title there, you know.
In terms of the combination of the bar and the chana and then the duplication.
I thought you would have made a roti the steel panel.
No. But literally, doubles is a thing that exists because Trinidad happened, like the steel pan.
Okay.
It's not a version of. It's a expression of it. It's an invention from. Right, but sauce is boiled reject meat. No, is that?
Nah, go on.
Is it?
What you hear what you just said?
Is it true or not?
Did you hear what you just
But
said?
is it true or not?
Did you hear what you just said?
That's like
It doesn't matter if it's true or not. Did you hear what you just said?
They're like people who like grits and chitlins and them kind of thing. I get, it's not like I don't understand the significance socially and historically, you know. It's not like I don't get the importance culturally. I'm just saying as cuisine, I kind of cool though. I'm alright.
You eat gizzard?
Yes.
That's not reject.
Now here the scene with
No.
here the scene with gizzard.
That's not, wait. Is it not reject?
It is.
Thank you.
But it has been paired in many occasions with liver. And liver is super healthy and delicious.
You eat liver?
Listen,
So you're not
give
eating
me,
sauce, but eating liver?
you give me a chicken liver roti, and you have, I don't want to say African for sale, but I am saying give me a chicken liver roti, and my loyalty, I'll put you on probation.
So just now, wait, just now. Stop. First and foremost, you eating liver.
I love chicken liver. I would have stopped the bread and I buy a liver pie.
But you're not eating sauce.
Yeah. I'm just saying that the organs have. Ladies and gentlemen, Aaron has never touched me on an episode of the Living Room before now. You know how I know? Because it just felt so weird.
I'm checking the temperature because this is madness.
Well,
David heard us it.
I just saying, I would stop the red van and buy a liver pie.
Must have liver pie, you know.
Well, in Point, I would go. What's the name of that roti shop? But it used to be next to the bar on the taxi stand, on the Sando taxi stand.
Point Nugget.
I would go and buy my chicken liver roti.
The only place I know in Point Good is Festival Square. The other junction down by Massey, Clifton Hill,
It's just off the square.
where the police station is, that's the junction there. Clifton Hill. I said Clifton Hill twice, yeah, I know.
You all remember, it had two Clifton Hills, eh?
Oh,
Well, there was the beach and then they moved the beach up the road.
so Guapo and Clifton Hill.
I
And the
remember
Charismatic Center.
Clifton Hill, like the beach. You know, you bend the corner and you look down the hill, and then LNG come and build a seawall. Anyway, but yeah, so yes, I will eat liver and I would eat sauce,
Wait, him gizzard and liver.
right? And I would eat gizzard because plenty times I would pair gizzard with liver, and I will suffer through this texture and very little taste because it came with liver.
Nah, I ain't doing that one.
Maybe it's the metallic taste in liver that I love.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
metal. She said she staples when he was younger.
This is what you just totally abandoned the no judging. This is not an NJZ.
No, this is a judgment zone.
This is a Jay-Z.
Yeah, this is Jay-Z.
Wow.
I'm judgment zone.
I am surprised and disappointed that this is the way we choose to celebrate 200 video. But okay.
No, but in reality,
where you wanna go with it?
it is enlightening
Truthful.
to start off today's episode with some friendly banter around Trinidad and Tobago.
Nothing felt friendly about the way
Really?
you treat me just now, Ira.
Really?
You check to see if I have a fever.
Yes.
Of all the things I have said over the years, some of which we got messaged for, you telling me that is not liking Souse.
Yes. And calling Souse reject food.
Hold on. It says reject meat.
Reject meat food. Apologies.
Reject meat juice.
Reject meat juice.
Souse juice is reject. Souse is reject meat juice. Don't come for me. I just
Confirm.
saying. I don't particularly fancy it.
Confirm, real
And even the things that I like, I could probably describe poorly. Is a gift, era. Is a gift. Let me not explore that gift, but is a gift. All right.
I have a question to pose to you, but before we ask that question, I must remind you that this is the living room at the True Nation station, WACK 90.1 FM. I am yours truly, Aaron 868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code. And I sit here today, Ricardo.
Wow. Yeah. Ricardo Mitchell, social stage and the global stage. Yeah. Also the host of High Noon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
to eat sauce.
Which means it's the second time for the day you're seeing that.
Don't eat sauce.
And I do eat
That's
sauce.
all.
I mean, it's not like I've never tasted it. It's cool. I can't see myself lining up for it. Anyway, the preferred pedestrian was because Maxi's not running.
Yeah,
Right?
boy.
At least they weren't up to the point of this recording. Okay? So,
Yeah, boy. I saw some videos and footage and clips of the bus route yesterday morning. That would have been Monday morning. And it looked like a tough situation for those who were in commute.
some of the lines in the social media videos, and I guess by now I'll be able to confirm some of the stuff through news, but my father was a maxi driver and owner. I get it. My first job was working in maxi with him,
As a conductor,
right? Yeah.
you get full salary or you get the sun payment.
Nah, yeah, I think I get the sun payment, which would have been
Without it.
less. It would have been less than another conductor would have get was a child. But I get it. That is a taxing lifestyle.
Correct, that's right.
Rewarding if you're like a people person and you're service oriented. Like in any business, if you're hard for the people, it is treat you differently. But I get it, and I will not be mad at the response from the Maxi Taxi, the Association of Maxi Taxi of Trinidad and Tobago. Great job, and I'm not advocating protests. What I'm saying is I do recognize that when you function with a bargaining unit or within an organization that makes a decision, it is good to see people standing by the organization they're a part of.
But the sad thing is, we have to also accept that there are persons that are not going to stand with the rest of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to something over the weekend, and they were talking about, and I was trying to explain the concept, I should say, to someone, what is scab labor?
And for full transparency, there had been times the union asked us to stand down and I did not. And there were times where they asked us to stand down and I did. So,
When you say stand down,
well, depending on the action or the reason, if they ask you to attend a meeting, you attend the meeting, and other times you don't attend the meeting and you go to work.
right. And for me, that'd be on personal preference and to your alignment with the cause and things like that.
Right. Now, however, there was, that is also in the experience we had, there was, we didn't have strike action.
Right.
We didn't have strike action. There were definitive strikes. And there was also a point where the closest we came, my generation came to strike action. I do remember like the first couple shifts, men were working as normal until we realized, hey, this thing really going on, the way that it's going on. And then even the guys who were going to work stopped going to work.
Right.
Right? So sometimes your cause requires buy-in. Other times, I acknowledge that standing by your organization is important to the objectives of the organization. However, that also means the organization should make clear to its members what it's doing and what it's doing it for. To the gentleman who probably going to be a lot more infamous than he'd planned, I get it, bro. You had
You have
you have responsibilities. I get it. It will be unpopular. That don't mean that it's not understood. So
And the thing is in some of these situations, it's not about being right or wrong. You have to remember, in a collective unit, everybody has their own part that they're working.
and they have the right
And they have the right to or not to subscribe.
Yeah.
So when I saw the clip of that gentleman yesterday, and he was saying that he had bills to pay and he has insurance due and stuff like that, I could understand that because my insurance due next week.
Right.
And insurance ain't no joke money, depending on the type of policy you have or who the policy is with and stuff like that. But you have to remember that in some jobs, striking could mean putting food on the table today or not.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it. So to those who would have stood in solidarity, kudos to you. For those that could not afford to stand in solidarity, we understand.
Again, these are actions that I would and would not have taken in my younger days. As an older man, I value supporting the organization of which you are a member way more than I would have when I was younger.
When you say value and support in the organization, is it that when you say the organization, are you speaking of the entity which you may be working for, or the organization that you are under the collective agreement of?
Why we had to go there? Why we had to go there? Why we had to go there? Why?
I coming in swinging hot today.
Why we had to go there?
I'm coming in swinging hot today.
Clearly you feeling saucy. That's like when you're sassy because you find out about Souse. All right, let's put it this way. When you working for an organization, you contractually made an obligation to them. When you join an organization, you also establish another type of contract with them. One pays you for that contract. The other you pay because you benefit from the contract. It is very difficult to tell somebody what is the right thing or the wrong thing to do in that particular space. I will acknowledge that absent collective bargaining, things would be a lot worse than they are. I recognize that. And that's why I say as an older man,
Older man, huh? Older.
Older man mature, but how you feel it singing? You feel it singing?
Just like older man, Richard.
Older man,
What about Mitchell?
Anyway, but I just saying that were I to go back and talk to 2001, 2011 Ricardo, I would advise him differently. Right? Sometimes you do, according to Nicole Thomas Clark, sometimes you have to make the sacrifice.
Now, this is the thing for me, and this,
See me quoting Kaiso and thing now?
well done, again better. Right? The thing about it is we have to remember and look at this. I'm looking at this totally objectively here. You have to understand this. If you have had negotiations ongoing for years,
Right.
on a topic, on issue, and your negotiations, for you feel like those negotiations have been put on the back burner.
Stalled or failed.
But yet still you are seeing other persons who had negotiations ongoing for years getting their just due. It will give you the impression that, hey, wham to me,
Yeah.
I ain't good enough. So the question for some of these persons or these respective unions or the groups or the bargaining units or the population asking these bargaining units, why now? That's and follow me with this, is because you saw one party get their just due, so you are asking the question, what about me? So to the population asking the question, which has been a traditional question that has been asked, why now? It's because you are seeing progress made with others. So you now asking the question. If in colloquial terms, you forget me or?
Yeah. So I is nobody. I is
nobody. I is the dog,
in here.
Yeah, well done, right? Yeah. So with that being said, I hope that answers the question that a lot of you may be thinking that has not been answered. The second part of this is we have to look at it now, depending on what is being bargained for. And I'm now speaking from the desk I sit at in my place of employment. Can this be afforded?
Right.
And the thing about it is, a lot of people think it's just money I coming from. No, it's not just about money. Because every bargaining unit or every collective agreement, if even it's money or not, so monetary or not, there's a cost to an organization.
Listening.
So depending on what you are bargaining for, a decision I make for you could affect someone else.
Yeah.
And that is going to kick that can now over. And what's the collective saying? I see dog in here. Ruff. So look at it from the angle that negotiations, regardless of what collective agreement, what union, what bargaining agreement, whatever it is, though you may think of it as isolated, it may affect other negotiations which are ongoing. A lot of those things are information that is not even in the public space.
Yeah.
So we don't know what is being negotiated or what is being asked.
Agreed.
So while I understand the outcry or the support, when I say outcry meaning, way boy, how I reaching home, kudos to the TTPS for putting out buses yesterday afternoon to assist in the situation. So understanding the outcry or the uproar in support, you have to understand that they are parts of this process which none of us, the general public, know about or fully understand.
You know what that also raises, Aaron?
What's that?
The issue of transparency. It raises the issue of transparency. I think as a society, generally they say with democracy, our country gets the government it deserves. What I think, though, is that people are interested in the things that affect them. And a lot of the frustration comes from feeling as if they're being overlooked and ignored or even deliberately kept ignorant about the things that affect them. Now, while it might not always be in the best interest to let everybody know everything,
Correct.
right? Communication matters.
And I think a key part of it to expound on your point, one, the difference between arrogance and ignorance. And people have to stop using them interchangeably because they are not interchangeable.
They are not the same thing, right?
And two, communication is important and passing of information, but I think what a lot of us forget is that not everybody is able to process the same information in the way it is sent out. So me telling you that, okay, there are five groups that we are currently negotiating with. Group A asking for A, B, C, D, E. Group B asking for D, F, G, A.
Yeah.
And then you're mixing it up and everybody going by the third group. They don't even remember what A is. So I think part of it, though transparency is important, I think a huge part of it is putting too much information out there and confusing persons.
That is a communication issue that people keep repeating. They clutter in attempts to explain. They give you too much information from a place of being afraid of being misunderstood.
I actually have a different view on that,
No,
Sometimes they clutter to confuse.
To obfuscate, to deliberately, yay! Listen, you ripping this evening though. I should get a vex at the start of the show more often.
By telling them that you don't eat sauce or you don't like sauce.
If that's what it take.
Brother man, I'm never going to live that down,
If that's what it take. You in Trinidad and
In
Tobago,
your
you tell me
50th birthday party,
yeah,
I'm coming to make a speech and talk about the fact you don't like sauce.
not a problem. I'll make a speech next month for yours.
For my what?
Whatever birthday coming up.
It's actually the next month, this month after. Because it is exactly 2 months away.
Yeah.
That's weird. That I still can't wrap my mind around that, honestly.
No, that
Oh boy, it's still I really can't wrap my mind
you know
around
what happens, and that's a beautiful space that you're in. When you start taking your age bracket and realizing that there are fewer and fewer boxes left after the one
boy.
that
Today I had to sign up for a course, right?
mature entry or
I had to sign up for a course today. In the course, he was asking what age group you're in, right? After my age group, they had something and over,
yeah.
I said, nah, boy. I reach where I'm going.
Yeah.
There's like 45 and over.
Just now you're gonna be taking other, yes?
Nah. You know them memes, the reels people see making with asking the co-workers the age, and if they say you start with 19, they show you as a pterodactyl. And yeah, boy, I started. Fun times.
Born in the late 1900s,
Yeah, boy.
The next thing is when they're telling you to choose your age and your date of birth, and you had to scroll.
Yeah, sorry, but
and
scrolling fence,
It is like you're scrolling so far as like Wheel of Fortune. Remember Wheel of Fortune, right? Price is Right.
Yeah, boy.
Where you had to.
I just type it. If I could type it, I type it.
Yeah, that scroll is ridiculous.
But really and truly, it is a lot of information that is out there. There's so much happening, as we have said on numerous occasions before, inside the living room, where you have to choose where you want to direct your attention to.
Yeah, we pick your poisonous.
And sometimes we also have to accept that people just fed up.
The poor people fed up.
Okay, big bounty, right?
Yeah.
But we really have to take stock of the fact that sometimes the information is out there for us to consume and understand. Other times the information is put there for us to be confused without understanding.
What you know? But yeah, I agree. There is a lot of information out there that is available. Some of it is deliberately hard to find. Some
Like the CSO stats.
Some of the issues that draw our attention are deliberately put in motion to take our attention away from other things. That's the nature of the game.
And that's the thing, what we also take stock of is that there's so much information being put out there that it's difficult for us to remember something else. So we used to joke before that Trinidad had a 9-day mentality. I think with the amount of information being put out there, we have a 9-hour mentality now.
Sometimes the things that would have made a headline any other day is a byline by the end of the day.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, as we in the living room celebrate this accomplishment of 200 visual episodes, we have to also be reminded of where we came from and how some people think that we confusing all here. Because if you are new to this program and this is your first time you're listening, you probably sitting down thinking to yourself, what these two fellas talking about?
Everything.
But we have casual conversations on serious topics. We have discussions on anything that there is to have discussions about. And sometimes that discussion may not be something that you want to hear.
Yeah, it might not be your sauce. Cup of tea, sorry.
Come back up with this sauce thing. You really do eat sauce, man?
I mean, if you put it in front of me and it's the only thing that it have, I'll probably just say no and wait until I reach home and drink a cup of coffee. I just it don't do it for me, right?
That's me and avocado. Don't kill me no avocado.
What?
We established that already, brother.
I know. I'm just trying to draw attention to something about you.
You're trying to confuse the people so that
they wouldn't study me and my
not eating sauce.
I'm pretty certain there are more people going to be upset that you don't eat zabuka than there are people upset that I do eat sauce.
Do people even like zabuka? I mean, or they just say that they eat zabuka because it's an in thing to see?
No, zabuka is not an in thing to see. Zabuka is an in thing. Right? Zabuka is a win. Zabuka
What's
is a win.
zabuka taste like?
Oh my gosh. Manna from heaven and green. Yeah, actually. Listen, the zabuka is the perfect food. There's a reason. There were no superfoods until they start calling zabuka a superfood. The texture of avocado is like ice cream. The perfect zabuka, it melts in your mouth absent the temperature change. Right? You don't have to chew it. It's like what silk tastes like.
I'm not going to say the question is what it tastes like, and this man started to tell me what it tastes like.
Heaven. It tastes like ice cream heaven melting in your mouth with some green, because you could tell it's natural now. It's not sweet, it's not salty. It's a creamy, natural taste. It's like grass ice cream. Room temperature grass ice cream. See what I tell you? One thing I like, I could make song bad.
Room temperature
Grass ice cream.
Let me take a note of that. I'm going to tag you and I'll post that tomorrow.
I just saying, and I love zabuka.
Room
You ever had?
temperature.
Oh wait, no, I guess not. Avocado toast, right? Toast some bread. A little slice of cheese.
No.
Zabuka, sprinkle some
Is it sweet bread?
black pepper. I mean, if I eat sweet bread, my challenge was having to stop eating sweet bread. The bread van used to slow down. You remember when the bread van used to slow down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I buying a sweet bread.
Okay, I'm just checking. I'm going on the list of things here.
Buying a whole sweet bread. That is meals for the week.
Is it doubles?
Come on.
Okay, bad choice. Is it
Come on.
Polari?
Yep. In fact, I was upset the Polari lady was closed when I was coming home.
Is it red mango?
Yeah, I don't care for it, but I'll eat it.
Anjar.
In curry, yeah. I would buy a pack and eat it just so.
Yeah, you that one.
Yeah.
If I remember anything else, I'll come back and ask
Yeah.
you. But the thing about it is, inside the living room, we really have discussions on any and everything. Anything under the sun.
That matters. Now,
Even matters is relative, huh?
I remember this was about family conversations that anybody in the family would have had with anybody else. So some of it was relationships, some of it was economics, sports, politics.
And I'm glad I bring up economics.
We would have talked about anything in the living room. The guests we would have brought in were people who would have talked to you about your health, cancer, neurology, testing. We had teachers, politicians, lawyers, doctors, any fire officers, firefighters. We ever interview any police?
No,
Yeah, I think just the nature of the job
I don't want to.
might have to go to.
Well, we did interview.
Or retired police. We could interview. We we could interview retired police.
I jokingly tell one of our past guests that she's a police officer twice removed.
Speaking of which, she and I have some conversations to have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, they're saying.
Right, but in 200 visual episodes, and that's the thing, is that's just 200 visual episodes. This show
Visual.
has been a thing for at least the past 7 years.
Since the first time I came on was in 2017.
Really?
Yeah, it was a year before
Wait,
Voldemort closed down.
9 years now. So that means that upon the start of 2027, I feel it's time for me to move on.
The real woman of that talk, you know.
No, but giving you a date now.
Okay. So you're saying is I have a couple months if we want the program to continue to.
Yeah. Because one of the things we also speak about very
You tell
predominantly.
the Godfather, there's the announcement.
What? There's nothing I'm saying right now. One of the things we speak of very predominantly in the living room is the importance of succession planning.
Mm-hmm.
And over the past 3 weeks, we have touched on it, and I've spoke of the fact that how proud I am of Ricardo in terms of his growth within the space, and that I could take some level of responsibility for where he is at. But the other part is understanding that your time is not eternal.
Mm-hmm.
You are not going to be omnipresent. You have to know when it's time to also walk away. Be it from a relationship, a job, a friendship. You have to know when it's time to walk away from things. And I'm not going to say things that don't serve you anymore, because everything is there for a reason or a season.
Yeah.
And the reason may not have come up yet, or the season may not have ended, like plum season when nobody bring no plum. But I just wanted to throw that in there now, because clearly I have no friends that have a plum tree.
Maybe just judge them for the things they don't eat.
Do you have a plum tree?
No, not anymore.
Exactly. So I could judge you for not eating sauce. Right.
Saying about is fair play. Go ahead.
Every opportunity I get inside today's
Actively
episode,
listening.
I'm going to bring it up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you also have to know when it's time to walk away. And one of the things for me personally that I have come to accept in my life is that, be it the living room, be it even WAC 90.1 FM, I had a purpose when I came in,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have to know when that purpose have been achieved, and then I could walk away. I'm not saying I'm walking away, because people message me and ask me.
Oh, I hear you.
But what I just use myself as the example.
Okay.
You have to know when it's time to walk away. As some football commentators would say, leave the game before the game leaves you.
Yeah.
And that's a
Okay.
really important thing.
Okay, yeah.
So I use myself as an example because I also don't want to give the impression that I want to be here.
In perpetual.
Thank you.
When the company that shall not be named was closed down around us, there was talk about retooling and this and that and those types of things. And pivoting and all of these things.
Let's be for pivot.
I actually interested in finding and sharing some of those success stories, you know what, I'll go work on that.
I know there were 4 or 5.
Great.
Personally.
I would love to hear some of these success stories.
One of them we had on already.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can talk about it, or you're just leaving it in limbo for the
We can always see if we could get him back as a guest again.
Alright. Yeah. But I had to choose whether or not I was going to retool in the space I was in, or if I was going to look for something that better suited me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I rate WAC highly for giving me a space to explore and to settle and to find myself, even not necessarily as an employee, but just the fact that WAC's doors were open to somebody who cared enough to explore,
To want to learn.
The love that I have for Trinidad now, I did not have before, and part of it was because I didn't really understand my country. I wanted to serve my country, but I wasn't sure how much I loved it. Like, I love Trinidad and Tobago now.
Like, you didn't love it before?
No, I would have served it. I didn't care for.
So there's a chance I could love Souse later on in life. Tell it
Yeah.
any opportunity I get.
Actually, yes. If there's one thing I am is subject to change, because a very wise peer mentor of mine said that the day you stop learning is the day you begin to die. And what is the point of learning if what you learn not going to change you? So I came into the space thinking that at the end of the day, what I can do is talk. I had to learn how to listen. One thing I can do is analyze. What I had to learn how to do was accept. So when I remember one of my personal heroes, for want of a better phrase, when Alex Trebek got sick, and he decided he would stay on as best as possible, I rated him for it, and I was thinking, you know what, I would love to find this thing that I could do until I can't anymore. And that is an important thing to find.
Yeah.
Right? But the reality is that, like Alex Trebek, sometimes you reach a point where you can't anymore.
And the thing is identifying and accepting within yourself that you can't.
That is difficult.
I'm not going to say that. And I love, as you all know, I love to use myself as the example. One of the things that I have to accept as I get older is that I can no longer compete on a lengthy level with persons half my age.
Fair.
So if I go to a sweat, for example, because regardless of what, I still love my football, and I realize if it's at 8 or 9 aside, and 5 of the 9 on each side is men under the age of 24, you know what I go in and do? Not sweat.
You ain't gonna take a little Sabines
No,
about
brother.
her?
No.
Nothing?
Not when I say sweat, like informal sweat we're talking here. Like a sweat in Skinner Park, like where we used to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to sweat with 10 men under the age of 24.
Yeah, if you go to a sweat, you probably just there to provide wisdom in the talk afterwards.
Exactly.
Or something. Bring a cooler with some water and
Yeah, because
they don't
and the
take
thing is, you
people
have
away.
to accept where you're at.
You don't have to, but it serves you better when you do.
No, you have to accept.
I hear you.
Because some of the things I understand you're trying to be complete and encompassing in a statement, but you have to accept it. Because if you don't accept it, you're going to continue picking up a space that you could be teaching someone else to fill. You're going to continue occupying a space and keep it at a plateaued level. Because sometimes when you accept it and be like, yeah, but I really can't anymore, you allow for somebody to grow into that space and take it to that next level.
You know what, as I say that, I just remember, I like documentaries. Love them.
Unfortunately.
And I remember the fall of Tower Records. You could be iconic and you cannot outdo time.
Correct.
Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy Netflix and they did not.
Taken Netflix and they didn't.
And they did not.
Yeah.
Right?
And the thing about it, even Netflix and those popular streaming platforms have realized that streaming movies is still not enough. They too have taken it to our next level. Netflix is streaming live sports and events.
Yeah. Including wrestling.
For me to watch...
I had to watch Clash in Italy.
What?
Clash in Italy.
I think I saw that somewhere on Netflix the other day.
Yeah.
For me to watch Premier League football, I had to have a Disney subscription.
Right.
I don't know what's going on for the World Cup, which starts in 11 days.
Oh, that's still on?
Yeah, to my knowledge.
You know, a long time we ain't talk sports. Anyway, we could probably bring in Josh and talk that talk.
Yeah, we could do that next week, yeah. But I don't know what's going on with it. And this is in no way slighting local providers. I cannot watch them programs that we just have on local TV. I just can't.
Good thing we're working for a company that is heavily into streaming, boy. You know, there might be a point in time where wax streaming international sports.
You never
You never know.
I'm not going to offer myself a commentary for that.
Why? You'd be excellent.
No, sir.
You'd be like, you know, Laka Hislop. Yeah, Laka Hislop. Yeah. Not in the sense of lacking anything, you know, just like, you know, local chakana. That's what I meant.
I'm too short already.
Because you didn't ask me what the middle name was.
And I don't have hair.
Yeah. Laka H Hislop, right?
Like a hairless.
Hey.
Nah, but that'll be interesting. If we could really get Josh next week before the World Cup starts, so that we could talk about it. Because I really, as much as I said last week, football doesn't consume me as much as it did before.
Yeah,
I
right.
still am going to be watching as much football as I could within the tournament. Because it's a new format to the World Cup, admittedly. It's 48
Oh, right,
teams instead
yes.
of 32. So I'm interested to see how some of these smaller nations who would have qualified for the first time, like Curacao, or nations who have not qualified in a long time, like Haiti, do fare. It's going to be interesting. I'd like to see if those smaller nations can topple some of the larger ones.
Right. We had a head-to-head with Curacao, and that was one of the reasons we're not in. Well, big up to the Backways family. How y'all doing? Congratulations. And I guess we'll be supporting your country since ours not there. Yeah. I know people in Curacao.
Oh, okay. I neither here nor there.
Football, yes. I had completely forgotten that World Cup was coming up.
And the Women's World Cup for cricket is also starting on the same day as the FIFA World Cup. Don't understand why they put the two.
Yeah,
Actually,
I mean,
two totally different sports, and everybody has their thing because Roland Garros is going on now.
yes. I saw Ingrid and them talking about it in the short box earlier.
Yeah,
Well, which would have been yesterday.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. There's a lot going on, and it's where you want to pay attention to.
That's always the case, you know, is where do you want to put your attention?
Also, there are a lot of 5Ks taking place in Trinidad.
Well, that's a new thing. That's how new craves the 5Ks. You know, like everything was at Juve, and then before the Juves, everything
cooler parties.
was cooler part. Yeah, we 5K and right through now.
Yeah, I went to one on Saturday.
There's now somebody going on 5K on a boat. I just saying.
Nah, brother.
It wild. It is wild. I am mad, you know, in terms
I love
of
the health aspect of it.
There we go.
And I love the fact that even though it's a health thing, people are competing for something, which should be the medals.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was.
People don't run them things for the goodies.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, you come out. I did the first time I did one of these things, and I was like, people rushing to go home with the bread.
Oh, the bread is the trophy. The bread is the prize.
Like people, oh, we out of medals. That's fine. Where the bread?
Nah, brother, I want my medal.
And the one the doubles.
Nah, do that was after the race. I find that's counterproductive.
It is kind of counterproductive, you know. But then again, too, if you sweat a lot, you're dehydrated, you might want a little oil back in your system.
You could also drink a sauce.
I guess you could.
So that every opportunity I get.
I guess you could.
There was some.
The Essen Williams is for sauce.
Exactly. There was one other thing that I wanted to bring up really quickly because we have about 12 or 13 minutes.
No,
left
we don't
inside
have
today.
12 or 13 minutes. We have 9 minutes. Right? Because you know what I know now?
What's up?
It have ads and montages and them kind of things to run. Mr. Desmond, thank you for how gracious you would have been over the years,
So
over the time.
if we actually started 2 minutes in, that's why I say that.
Remember, Aaron, you don't know what I know now, right? So, just trust me.
Remember, I taught you 50% or 60% of the things that you know.
I'll hear that, eh? Aaron taught me the majority of what I know. It's his fault. All right?
I'm not accepting responsibility or liability for that.
Got you.
Just really quickly on economics.
Oh, right. Yes, you did mention earlier. Actively listening. Mhm.
There is a lot taking place in terms of the economics, and we're talking on a personal level here. There are opportunities that are available at the different financial institutions for us to save, if you can,
Mm-hmm.
because we also have to accept that the dollar does not stretch as far as it used to. And the reason why I bring that up is because one of the indicators of things now is the cost of living. And the basic cost of living could be assessed through the ability to purchase basic commodities, right? And if you go to the groceries, you would realize that almost when you go, the price of the basic commodities is increasing. The cost of groceries is increasing. And this weekend, I would have gone to the grocery, price mat and the grocery. And when I looked at the things that I would have brought home, it's a lot less than I would have been able to bring home last month. And I don't know if they call it that this is an effect of capitalism, or if this is an effect of the fact that goods are becoming more scarce and the supply is lessening. I don't know what it is that's causing it. But for the groceries and the business places out there who are involved in the trade of these items, 100% profit is too much. 100% profit is a lot. Because why is it that one grocery could sell the same item for $2 less than another grocery? The exact same item. And I'm talking about something as simple as milk here.
Mm-hmm.
A liter of milk in one grocery is $11.99, when another grocery it's $13 or $14.99.
Mm-hmm. And then some $15 and $16.99.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that we need to move to a place where all prices are regulated or moderated, but I'm asking the owners of these establishments to have a heart, because salaries are not increasing. Salaries are not increasing, but the cost of goods is constantly increasing. And to quote Chuck Gordon, the maths are maths. Any comment on that one?
Besides having now a themed conversation, because I was playing music to theme now.
Yeah.
The economic squeeze is definitely going to be one of them. There are groceries that are more affordable than others.
Correct.
I will acknowledge that the reason groceries price differently is because they want different clientele. People still have choices to make with their money. People have choices to make. Some of the choices are getting harder to make. Some of them we refuse to make. And I will admit, growing up in the 80s, where we went from a 2-income household to a 1-income household to a 1 self-employed income household. Like Paul say, I learned to have and I learned to not have.
Mm-hmm.
And erroneous things are harder, but we've also had the luxury of decades of our lifestyle in Trinidad and Tobago that, despite all cautions, we didn't prepare for when it would have changed. Since we in prayers, there has been talk about oil and gas running out. There has been talk about the types of spending we were doing and what we were doing with the money while we had it. For the 35 to 40 to 45 to 50 to 60 billion US a year that this country would spend on a budget, Aaron, we don't have the things in place that would reflect that type of expenditure. So what I will say is that what meet us, pass us. And for a long time, Trinidad and Tobago acted like the shining jewel of the Caribbean.
But we never polish.
That is actually fantastic. And when I go up for extempo next year, I'm going to use that line because I could really do with going after a piece of that 200,000. But as the shining jewel, I think we might have taken for granted how luxurious our base lifestyle was in Trinidad and Tobago. And unfortunately, the people who are accustomed to doing without are the ones who better prepared for this season. So I hear you and I get it, but we literally had decades to do better.
No, and some of the things I understand that part of it, but as you rightfully said, is the clientele that the place is trying to achieve, right? Now, taking stock of that, it is also difficult for people to go to one grocery to get some things, and then go to the next grocery to get the other things to benefit from whatever deals it may have. So that's why I'm asking for across the board
Ease up.
ease up,
Yeah.
because we have to also accept we know you're in the business to make money. Nobody goes into business to break even or make a loss. But the question still becomes what happened.
But you do know that enterprise for the sake of employment is one of that's a major factor that fuels governments, right?
Well, I know, but
Anyway,
let's not talk about next day.
yeah, we go bring it. Have people to talk about.
Yeah, that's a whole thing
Yeah.
for next day. But I'm looking at the businesses that are there to make money,
Oh, Brendan, how you doing? All right.
right? Not everything demands a markup in excess of a certain amount.
You gotta make the whole thing one time.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the reason why I say that, and I make this lucidly clear, if you could have a sale on an item and all of a sudden the price goes from $14.99 to $8.99 per item, that means that your markup is ridiculous.
I just looking at the fact that DJ Aaron 868 has been drinking dictionary sauce. This man has been drinking dictionary sauce.
Clearly, you're drinking no kind of stuff.
This man has been boiling dictionaries, seasoning it, putting cucumber and pepper, and drinking the water.
A pickle in my dictionary.
You have pickled the dictionary. That is, you just play Pictionary. This man has made it lucidly clear, you know.
Yeah.
You know what, sir? I salute you.
With that being said, as we wrap up tonight, I also have some free business advice for our business in Trinidad and Tobago. Price smart, and speaking directly to you at this moment. Implement an express lane for less than 10 items, please. Also, make sure your cashier is working too, because you can't have 15 or 20 cashier slots and only 4 working. But that's the same issue is experienced in the bank with the tellers, because it have an inverse relationship with the number of people in these establishments and the number of cashiers available. But I digress. Back to my point. Earlier, express lane. Less than 10 items. Remember that. Try it. We might like it. And when I say we, I mean we the population who go in price smart. With that being said, you can catch Ricardo again tomorrow. That's Wednesday, the day before the holiday, inside High Talk at high noon.
The High Talk is one of the
High
segments.
Talk and yes, Real Heights. So just go and get high with Ricardo.
No. The shift starts at high noon.
Right.
The talk starts at 1 p.m.
Right.
and it ends on a high note.
Right. So
Right.
what's the overall name of it?
High noon.
High noon.
Yeah. All right.
So while you go at high noon with Ricardo.
yeah, high noon with Ricardo Mitchell. We
High
good there.
noon. Yeah.
We good there.
Right?
Yeah. That's
Where this guy Real Heights.
where your matters matter.
Be it heights in terms of the music that being played, heights in terms of the talk on the people, or heights in terms of the news that some people have to share with us. Congratulations to Sabi and Russell, 45 years is a great achievement. All right, so catch Ricardo tomorrow at 12 noon. I'll be on Friday night from 6 p.m. Inside the Friday Night Line. Mr. Desmond is up next with the big band. Anything you want to close off and tell the people?
Well, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage and the global stage. Thanking you for joining us in the living room. Remember, guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe.
With that being said, I'm yours truly, Aaron 868. I remind each and every time that culture is my code. And I also tell you that love is a currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, guys. Just like Cardo has to let us know within the next couple of years how much he loves Souse. Keep it locked.